Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new, hey, what's up? My name is Tanya, and thank you all so much for joining in and watching this video. This video shout out goes to Carrie Lynn. Carrie, you have been with me for quite some time now, and you are such an amazing commenter. You are such a sweetheart. You melt my heart so many times. You are just... your range of comments and asking questions, giving positive feedback, always like caring about my health, and just everything about you is so incredible, so amazing. And I want you to know how much it means to me and how much it means that you truly care about me as well as my channel, my videos, everything. It's just, you are a rock star. You're helping me grow more than you possibly can know. And I know that I haven't replied to so many comments in so long, and it's so bad, and I really need to, but I do read all of your comments that come through, and you are just such a sweetheart, and I so hope to meet you one day, and that way I can give you the biggest hug, because you so deserve like an epic hug. So here's your hug. It's a long distance one for now through the screen, but there it is. I wish it was in real life, but I'm giving you hugs and kisses. So this video is actually, it's been requested quite a few times now, but as you guys are aware, I only started learning how to apply falsies myself this past November. So I'm still fairly a newbie at it myself, but I am getting much better at it, and I have way more hit days than miss days. Now watch today be a miss day. But I've had a few requests that I do a video on how to apply falsies, because I can give you, right from a beginner, because I did not go to beauty makeup school, cosmetology school, take makeup classes, anything like that. You guys know I'm self-taught, so I had to learn how to apply false lashes myself as well. And I'm going to share all of my tips and tricks with you guys. I actually spent a lot of time writing out everything that I do, because I'm in the swing of things now, so it's just second nature to me. It's not something that I really think about, so I wanted to make sure that I wouldn't forget anything. So I typed out my list for you guys, and I will put this into a blog post, and then I'll leave my blog post in the description bar below, so you guys can follow my steps at least, or use it as a guidance, take away what you would like from it, but that way you at least have a document. And this would have been so helpful for me if I had this when I started learning how to apply falsies, because the struggle is real. And I'm gonna start off by saying, don't give up, because it took me months to get to the point where I'm at, and it is a challenge every step of the way. It is frustrating as hell. There's no sugar coating it. There are no quick fixes to become a pro at it. This is literally practice makes perfect, and I know that is so cliche, but I am not kidding you. You need to stick at it, even if you just practice every evening, every other evening. But being consistent is really going to help you in getting it down. If you're doing it once here and there, once a week, and then all of a sudden you let it go for a couple weeks, and then you make another attempt at it and you fail at it, and then you let it go again, you're never going to get it down pat. I had done that at first, not in November, but back in the summertime last year, and I'm like, I'm never gonna be able to learn how to do false lashes. You know, I give up. There's no point. It's just my nails, the way my hands are. I don't have that precision. I'm shaky. I get frustrated really easily. I get wound up. Like, false lashes are never gonna be for me. I need to accept it and move on. And it's really not true. I promise you guys, if I was able to get it down, I swear to you, if you just hang in there and keep practicing and practicing, just hang in there, you'll get it. It's going to take months of trial and error. You'll find your groove. You'll find what works for you. And I'm sorry that I can't tell you that I'm going to give you tips that are going to help you nail it in 1 week. But with time and persistence, you will get it down. And with these steps, it's definitely going to help you get it down quicker than it did for me, because I didn't have this to follow along. And had I known this ahead of time, it would have saved me so much frustration. Like, for instance, I started off with a black band. Do not do that. Immediately, that is going to give you so much trouble. Like, you have a black band like that, okay? And these are my favorite pair now. These are my Elegance lashes in Bombshell. They are dramatic and crazy, and 6 months ago, I would have been like, are you insane? And now these are like what I go to all the time. But I started out with a Colored Rain black band, and it was impossible. So I wish somebody would have told me that, or I would have had guidance in that direction from the beginning. So you guys, do not buy any lashes with a black band when you're starting out. Get to that point by using a clear band. Now, when you get your lashes, go to the drugstore first. I have my Ardell. Now, I have my Ardell Wispies on me right now. They make way less dramatic styles. It's just that I don't have any left over, and I thought I still had some of the less dramatic styles. But get yourself Ardell or XOXO lashes. Those two are like saviors in the falsies world when it comes to learning how to apply false lashes. And make sure it's a clear band. I'm telling you, it makes all the difference. They are so much more flexible. They give to your eye shape so much more easily. It is night and day. A black band is so stiff and it wants to pop up on each corner, especially the inner corner, so much more than a clear band does. So just stay away, and it will discourage you if you try to jump right into a black lash band. Don't do it. Now, before I open these up and show you the clear band, these are designed so when you're like looking at it like this, the right one goes with the right eye, the left goes with the left eye. So there's no confusion. If you turn it around and you look at it the opposite way, you're gonna mess yourself up. So that's another thing you need to know. They're designed to go on your eyes as if you're like, boop, putting it on this way. So when you're opening it up, keep it open. So while you're opening it, just keep it in mind that, you know, look at it with the wording. And then while you're working with it, picture that as being your eyes, and then you will be golden. You also do not want to ever rip these off with your fingers, whether or not you have nails. You can tear the lash band so easily, especially with the clear ones. You need to use tweezers, which I thought I had. There, I do. Okay. Tweezers to pull your lashes off. So you want to start from the outer corner. Hold on, let me grab it. Actually, I should zoom you guys in. I just realized that. Okay. And then pull it very lightly like that, and then you'll have your lash. So there's the clear band. See, you can already tell that it's flimsy. Versus, I shouldn't have put my Elegance one away. Elegance lashes, though, I'm not kidding you, are some of the easiest black lash band. See the difference, like how thick that is, and it's not even moving. So you can just tell that this is so much more sturdy. So these are amazing lashes. Like I've gone back to the Colored Rain ones that were impossible, and I can use them now, no problem. But I'm telling you, Elegance all the way if you're ready for stepping up into the black lash band world. But anyway, sticking with Ardell. So you have your Ardell ones that look like this, and you want to, oh my goodness, you see how there are different lengths in them? It's to make it have a more natural effect. You're always going to have shorter lashes on the inner corner versus the center. And then the outside is always going to be a little bit longer. So before you even get to glue or any step, you want to take the false lash, and I get it, oh, my mirror stuck on my clothes, or the crystals rather. Oh, and I use tweezers. Don't do tweezers. They make lash tools for a reason, so you don't poke your eyeballs out. They're like flat, and they're much easier to help you when it comes time for pinching them together. But I just like the precision of using tweezers. But I am not telling you to use tweezers. This is just how I do it. The proper way to do it is with the lash tool. So just, so anyway, take your lashes, and you want to first measure how they're gonna fit to your eye. So put them on your inner corner. This step is a little bit tricky because you have no glue on or anything. It's kind of eyeballing it. And then you want to just take baby steps in trimming them. See, Ardell lashes are actually a perfect fit for my eyes. And they might be for you guys too. My lashes are really long, and these are not traumatic lashes for me. So these are getting really caught up in my own lashes. But you would take these and place it down, and then just see how much you need to cut off. Now, when you figure out how much of a surplus you have, never cut the lashes from the inner corner. If you start chopping away from the inner corners of your lashes, you're going to start creating a very false look. You always want to trim from the outside because that's where it's the longest, and then the length will continue to be the longest on the outside and the shortest on the inside. And that's how you want it to be, because naturally our lashes are the shortest on the inside. So you, no matter what lash style you use, clear band, black band, whatever brand it is, always trim from the outer corner first. And then it's up to you guys whether or not you feel more comfortable matching up the two lashes and then cutting them in like one fell swoop type of thing. But I don't, actually you can't even unless you flipped it over, and I don't think that would be accurate. Yeah, I wouldn't even do that. I would just, I've always just cut off however little bit I need, kept it on the scissors because the glue from the lash band itself will stay stuck onto the scissors, and then gone on to the next lash band and then trimmed from that one. And then I just eyeball it, and you know, if you need to keep trimming, it's better to take off a little bit and trim more and more and more as needed. And then at the end of the day though, you are better off having too short of a lash than too long of a lash band, because if it's too long of a lash band, it is going to irritate your eyes to the point of you having to tear your lashes off within like an hour. So if you cannot get it to the perfect size of your natural lash, your lash line, go shorter until you're able to just get it down precisely to where you need it to be. Go shorter. But you obviously don't want that. It's just if you're stuck between short or long, I'm telling you, long is going to aggravate it and scratch you and be so uncomfortable you have no idea. And you don't want to place the lash too close to your inner corner. You want it to be, you know, as nice and tight as possible everywhere, but if you go too close to the inner corner, that's also going to irritate your eyes. But we're gonna get there. Now, what I like to do before I do anything is remove both lashes, because if you happen to get one all done and perfect and you only have one pair on hand, and then you go to remove your second one and you tear your second one, you're screwed. And then if you go to remove your one that you got done in place, your makeup is now going to be semi-wrecked. So my suggestion is to remove both lashes and just place them in the right order of left and right so you don't get confused, and then move on to everything else. And don't remove from the inner corner. Always remove from the outside and then pull. Okay? Now, another really awesome trick, which has helped me tremendously, that I wish I would have known about because this would have helped me along much sooner. Take your lash and a makeup brush and wrap the lash around the makeup brush. And it will naturally hold itself like that because of the glue from holding it in here. And just let it hang out for like 30 seconds, and this is gonna help start shaping it. Now, I should be doing the right eye because the right eye is the one I'm gonna demonstrate. You guys will never see me demonstrate the left eye properly. I'll be like blocking you the whole time, so the right eye is the only way for me to show you. So let me do that one. Ardell lashes though don't really need it because they are so flexible, but it's still going to be helpful just to give it a little bend. The stiffer the lash band, the longer you want it around something to be able to give it some bend, and this is really, really going to help. So, and then now you can see it has a curvature to it already. So now it's already set and ready to go for your curvature of your eye. So before we get to applying anything, I pre-tightline because nobody wants to see that on camera. But the best thing you can do is take your eyeliner and go under your lash line. I mean, you want to lift up your eye and then tight line as much as possible because you want to get all that black, and then you want to take your liquid eyeliner, whatever you're going to use, and I did not do that, and we're going to, well, let's see, you want to line. We're not going to wing it out or anything today, but you do want to line your lashes because you don't want any skin showing in between your lashes at all. You want these to be as masked as possible when it comes to falsies, because even though you know you're wearing them and most people are going to know you're wearing them, you want it to be like, is she wearing them? Is she not wearing them? And you want them to be as camouflaged as possible. Now, I'm not being precise because after this video is done, I'm literally going to take it off and then go do an eye tutorial, which is why my face is partially done anyway. But this would be your last step anyway. Once your eye makeup is complete on at least your upper lashes, you would then, line and then put your falsies on. Now, when it comes to drugstore brand lashes, it is much better to put the lashes on and just coat your mascara and your lashes all together so they all blend cohesively, because there is a really big difference in quality in drugstore lashes versus high-end lashes. You really don't want to coat your lashes with mascara when you have a high-end, like I'm talking like $25, $30 lashes on, because that is significantly going to take away from their lifetime. When you're wearing drugstore lashes, you really typically get 1 or 2 uses out of them, and that's it. They don't last long. You're paying a couple of bucks and they're kind of a 1 or 2 time wear. If you're really, really delicate with them, you might be able to get, a few extra wears out of them, but you really need to coat your lashes with mascara with the drugstore lashes on top to make them blend. And when you take them off, they're just, unless you're really cleaning them and taking so much extra time, you're just not going to get a life out of them. Where any brand, whether it's Elegance, Lily Lashes, Velour Lashes, and when you're getting into that price range, that's where you want to do your mascara first. That way you're at least coated in black, so that it's still, your lashes are still blending into the other lashes. But you don't want to put mascara onto the high-end lashes unless you're really having blending issues, because it is going to take away from the life of the high-end ones. You do, though, at the end of, no matter what the lashes are that you're wearing, take your liquid eyeliner and do one final coat over top of the lash band to help conceal the lash band, because the lash band is way more durable than like a silk lash or human hair lash is. So just keep that in mind. But if you're really, really wanting to blend, do your mascara once the falsies are on, even if they're high end. And then another thing that I did not know when I started out was that the brand of glue that you use really makes a difference. Now, I thought Duo glue was like a household name for falsies, and so I was using Duo glue for months and months and months, and then my lashes just kept popping up. And I was getting so frustrated with that too. And that was another thing that had me wanting to give up on false lashes, was because they just wouldn't stay down. Now, you still do get those issues, don't get me wrong. Now, if you have greasy eyelids, oily eyelids, you sweat, you have glitter on, very metallic eyeshadow on, you just didn't get it down right, those issues still do happen. And I really suggest, if you're wearing falsies, to carry your glue with you. Like a House of Lash glue is so little. It's smaller than lip gloss, to keep it in your purse. And I do keep this and a pair of tweezers in my makeup bag, like my emergency makeup bag. If you guys saw my what's in my bag video, I keep this with me all the time when I'm wearing falsies, because you just never know. Even if you're gonna cry, or it's gonna rain, or the wind is gonna blow so hard, it's just, you never know. So issues like that still do happen, but Duo glue is actually one of the worst glues for keeping your lashes in place, and I had no idea. House of Lashes adhesive and velour lashes adhesive are like super glue, but easy to remove at the end of the day at the same time. So House of Lashes, though, are the easiest to work with while also being a very strong adhesive and also being very removable when you're ready to remove it. So I bounce back and forth between House of Lash Glue and Velour Lash Glue, even though I don't like velour lashes themselves. But I do like House of Lash Applicator way better because no matter how many times you use it, it's like a precise little brush, where the Velour Lash Glue is super annoying because after a few uses, look what happens to the brush. It frays like that in all directions, and it becomes really clumpy and really difficult to apply to a lash band. And then I don't have duo glue anymore, but it literally comes in like this little glue tube, and while you're squeezing it, air bubbles come out of it, and all of a sudden like too much glue like squeezes out and spurts out, and then it's much harder trying to work with it because you don't want to overcoat your lash band either. That is something else I did not know. You want to just coat it, like, so it has a nice little coat on it. You don't want to overdo it with the glue. Overdoing it with the glue is going to be a disaster. And with duo glue, you get bubbles. It just comes out. You have no control. Stay away from duo glue. That is just going to further add to your frustration. And you also do not want to buy black glue. You're going to make a disaster out of your eye makeup. And I still to this day, like last week doing a tutorial when I was off camera doing my left eye, I really struggle with my left eye still because it's just hard. I'm right-handed, to go at your left eye with your right hand, and I can't use my left hand. I just don't have that in me. So I do still struggle with my left eye because of crossing over that way. So it is still a challenge, and I so often still hit my nose with the glue when I'm going over. I don't know why. It's just something that I do, but it's when you use clear, it starts out white but it dries down clear. At least you can pat it away and then nobody will ever know that you have lash glue sitting there, where if it's black, you are stuck removing your foundation and everything, and there's no fixing that. Like, you literally have to like start everything over again. So do not buy black glue. It is just a disaster waiting to happen. Now, another thing I didn't know is when you do put the lash glue on, we're gonna do that now. I think we're pretty much good there. Okay. We're gonna brush it on, and then I'm gonna show you what it looks like when you have a nice coat. And I'm talking like you don't need much. It's literally a thin coat. You just wanna make sure that everywhere is coated on the band. So you can see there's not a thick coating on there. It's just that it is coated. It wants to focus on my face. And I am not kidding you. Sit it down. Keep your hands away. It took me months. I kept putting them on after 30 seconds because the instructions say, where did it go? I think they come saying like 60 seconds, or wait 30 seconds to set. And with the Ardell ones, 30 seconds might be enough because it's a clear band. I honestly cannot remember because now I've been working with a black lash band for so long, but I'm not kidding. I wait at least 90 seconds. You want the glue as tacky as possible. You want it dried down and not slipping and sliding. The tackier the glue, the better. Now I realize that there's a fine line between it drying down and becoming tacky and drying down, but you want it to be drying down and getting as tacky right before it dries. You don't want it wet at all. You're asking for a nightmare. And I didn't know that either. I always thought, 30 seconds is good enough. And so I coat the one, I put it down, then I'll move on to my next one, wrap it around the brush if I have to. I don't even have to with Elegance lashes. Colored Rain's black lash band needs to be wrapped around. Ardell ones honestly don't need to be wrapped around because they are so flexible already. But try it out if that's going to help you out. You never know. And then, once I'm done wrapping it around the brush, I'll then coat the other eyelash. And then I'll look at this to see how it's drying down. And then I'll gauge whether or not enough time has gone by to then apply it. You can, do this to help speed up the process a little bit, but you really want to just act like a kid and sit on your hands and just let it dry. Even if you have to set a timer for 60 seconds. Because 60 seconds is the minimum you should wait before you go in. Then, using a lash tool, not tweezers, you want to grab your lashes from the center and you want to place them. This is going to come down to trial and error. Some people will tell you it is easier to lay your mirror down flat, look completely down at it, and then put it on this way. And being able to rest your arms on the table, looking down at it, that way you have like a complete sturdy hand, arms, everything like that. And you're looking down to place it that way. Others will say, angle it a little bit and then look down at it and apply it. That's how I eventually started, because I got so frustrated that after about a few months of trying, I'm like, I'm going to start looking up videos, because then I was YouTubing. I'm like, I bet you there's videos on how to apply falsies. Just didn't hit me sooner. But now I have no problem just looking straight on and then tilting back a little bit like this and then placing it down. So that's how I do it. But they're laying it flat, your mirror, and having your arms rested might be your best way. Having one arm rested might be your best way. Having the mirror just lowered and tilted at you might be your best way. Or having it completely flush with you. That is going to come down to you just testing it out along the way. Now, when you do put it on, you want to try to line it up as best as you can with your entire eye, but you want to put it right in the center and then just breathe for a second. You got it on, take a moment, be happy that it's there. Then now it's preference again. I prefer taking the inner corner, then going to the outer corner, then going back to the center, and then back to the middle, or the inner. Why do I want to keep saying middle for inner? And while I'm doing this, I'm pushing the falsies into my lash band. And then you want to also be maneuvering your natural lashes to go into the falsies. And then at this point, because you guys are doing it the right way and you're not doing as I'm doing, your tool will be an edge like this, so it has a flat pincher. So instead of using the dangerous way with tweezers, you're going to use your tool and you're gonna pinch your lashes and the false lashes in the band all together. And then you're gonna like take a moment and breathe, have a sip of water. You've got them on there. And then you're gonna move on and put the other lash on. Then once the other lash is on, you're gonna take your liquid liner. You're gonna go back over the whole band. To cover all of that up. And then you're there, you're good. And then you're gonna coat your lashes with mascara to blend it all together. I'm not gonna coat my lashes with mascara because I'm about to fulfill Janet's request for a ballerina eye look. So I don't wanna get that too messed up because I already have to remove the, oh my goodness. I know that looks funny though because it's not, I don't have any mascara on. The, oh my goodness. The liner. Oh my gosh. So that's what you would do though, is now you would coat your lashes with mascara and you would be good to go and done. And Ardell lashes are so comfortable. You seriously cannot feel them like at all. It's just, these are the most comfortable lashes. It's so funny looking at these now. This is how I started out. And then you can go back in, you can retouch up your tight line, and this is a moment right now. Because you guys know I'm like dramatic lashes all the way. Zoom you out. I'm just double check that I actually hit everything because I wasn't really looking at this the whole time, and then I will be right back, and if I missed anything, let you guys know, and if not, that will be the end of the video. Alright, so I did kind of cover it, but you definitely want to start with less dramatic lashes because the simpler the lash, the better, and then build and build and build and build, and that will also help your confidence out because when I just like went for it, that's when it became a disaster. So you definitely want to start with the least dramatic, even if it doesn't add anything to your lashes, because the lash that you bought is actually less intense than your natural lashes. It is better that way, just to learn. Even if you only need to do that once or twice, start that way. Now, I'm just gonna be honest with you guys. At the end of the day, I don't use any proper melt off. I start from the outside and I gently lift it like this and then keep pulling lightly and lightly and lightly until it just removes. I did want to tell you that. That is one way of doing it. It's not the best way of doing it. They do make like melt off removers to help you get it off, but you want to be careful if you are buying a lash remover how you are removing it, because the removers themselves can also damage lashes. So if you're buying ones that are tossed away anyway, no big deal. Or if you're at the end of your life cycle on the 20 to 25 use lashes, also no big deal. If you're at the beginning of the expensive lash cycle, you don't want to use those. So just beware of the products you are buying for lash removal if you are too scared to remove it. But if you're applying them and not getting it onto your natural lashes, and you get to that point like I am now, removing it like that is not going to harm your eye at all. It's only going to be harmful if you're getting the glue stuck into your natural lashes. So just be aware of that. And then you immediately want to store them, take it off, put it back into the right spot so you're not confused again. So right into right, left into left. and then put it in its home so they're not getting messed up. So you want to do that right away. And I did forget to mention that the other thing you can do, I grabbed a pair that I don't use anymore, is, you clean it by gently pulling away the lash glue like that, and it will come off in chunks. This is a pair that I was ready to throw out, so see how that just like pulls off? You just need to be gentle about it, but you can just pull the glue off, and then you're gonna have all that in your fingers and just throw it in the trash. But it's very, very easy to pull the glue off your band. And the last way to make application as easy as possible is to actually cut your lashes. So you can cut them into halves or thirds. Where did my scissors go? Okay. All right, this happens to be the left one. So if you cut them in halves, I found that to be easier than thirds, but you do whatever is easier for you. And then you would put your glue on. I lost my tweezers again. There we go. And then you would take the itty bitty part and then start on the center, on the inner corner. Get that glued down in place. Sorry, I forgot because we were done, and then I forgot that I didn't tell you guys about this little trick. And then once that is in place and glued down, you would then take your other half you would not have a space like this at all when it's actually glued down properly. This is a different style, by the way. They're not the Ardells. These ones I actually grabbed to show you guys how to cut them up. But once you glue it down, just start from the inner corner and then work your way in chunks outward. And then you can do it, like I said, a third chunk. And that might be the best way to start boosting your confidence with false lashes too. And I know this is looking like, oh my God, that's so much worse, but I'm telling you, it's not at all. It's just that this has no glue on it. So they're like a hot mess right now because there's no glue to hold it down. But you would just go boop, 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 and then you'd be done. All right, so we did make it through my list, and like I said, I will go put this into a blog post and link it right in the description bar at the top, so that way you guys can have that to refer to, print it off if you want, you know, whatever, just so you have it there. I so wish I would have had this for me when I started out last summer, and then when I started my attempt again last November, because this makes life so much easier. I can't even tell you guys. And if you still need some more help, or you're just struggling in a certain area, just let me know and I will do my best to try to help you out. But I honestly, it's going to come down to just consistently keeping at it. If you're gonna let weeks go by in between trying it out, you're never gonna get it down pat. That's all it is. Just practice you don't even have to practice every day, 3 days a week. Just have consistency and don't let a week go by without trying to put them on. And even if it's at bedtime, right before you wash your face, try to put them on and then take them off and wash your face, and then whatever your nighttime routine is or morning routine, just however, incorporate it in somehow. If you're not confident in putting them on as part of your routine before you're like going out for the day, do it when you come home at night. And that's how you're gonna learn and how you're gonna get better. And I think that's the best advice I can give you is, consistency, and then that list of tips, obviously. Just don't get overwhelmed. Do not get overwhelmed. Breathe. It's a learning process. There's a learning curve. I promise you guys, you will get there. So that does it for this video. Please give it a thumbs up if you liked it. If this was helpful, please share it to anybody you know that may be struggling and that this could be helpful for them in learning how to apply falsies, because I know it's a frustrating world. The struggle is so real. I totally get it. And until next time, good night, good morning, wherever you are. I love you guys so much, and I will talk to you later. Bye, guys.